The sound of Mama Africa, the look of Africans.
We're becoming more and more like each other and less distinct. But I think it's so important for every people and every culture to maintain links back to what was truly, in this case, African.
Heritage refers to something inherited from the past, but our current lifestyle does everything else but that. At the National Archives in Nairobi, we meet up with Alan Donovan, who tells us of a rare story about Kenya's second Vice President, Joseph Murumbi. Here he is referred to as the man who set his heart on art. Murumbi and his late wife Sheila dedicated their lives to collecting African antiquities.
All the MPs, the British MPs, knew that if they wanted to turn out their wastebasket of African documents, they just took them to Murumbi and he would find a place to keep them in his small place, which would find their way back here. But he had a passion for everything African.
70-year-old Alan, a friend to the late Murumbi and chairman of the Murumbi Trust, tells us of the over 30 years journey to ensure the art collection by Murumbi is safe.
Were vandalized many times, and finally the Murumbi Trust got money to put a plot.
A collection that, if left to speak, will tell tales of neglect and injustice, some of which were stolen along the way. In 1976, Joseph Murumbi sold part of his collection to the government. The Murumbi Trust got funding from the Ford Foundation, opening its doors to the public in December 2006. Alan says the collection now plays a big role in Africa's history.
He was a very patriotic Kenyan, and he wanted to do all this for the country. He wasn't doing it for any other reason.
Yeah.
And all those things failed, but now we hope after his death that we'll see those things that he wanted done finished.
Another amazing collection is the stamp collection, worth over millions of shillings. Stamps that were collected during the colonial era in the African continent. On the same floor are 12,000 books printed before 1900. Some as early as 1815. Even with such treasure, judging by the cover of these books, they remain in a poor state. Another 50,000 in the same state. Majority of these are the only one of its kind.
We're looking for scholars now to do their PhD thesis.
Alan believes that this could be one way of prolonging the legacy and heritage that seems to be forgotten by the younger generation. Murumbi nurtured and promoted African talent, some like Dundo, acclaimed as one of the world's leading ceramics. In her 50s, she hand-makes vessels that are sought after by art collectors in the world. Walking through the gallery, I get a sense of origin, a feeling of a connection to the past. The beautiful collection surely needs to be preserved and shown to future generations.
It has been considered by artists all over the world as Africa's greatest treasure. All this, the collection of one man. And as we look to the future for a brighter Kenya, we are reminded by the Murumbi Gallery of where we came from, our past, our heritage. Kandie for KTN at the National Archives in Nairobi.